happy to have Tabitha Campbell and Chonda Tapley with us. And there's a big campaign going on within our community called Committee for Kids in Our Community. And one of you tell us exactly what it is and what the public can do to help with this.
Yeah, great. Well, we are just a group of community-minded folks, parents, and people who care about our school district who have come together to try to get the word out and the correct information out about the upcoming millage, school millage election that's coming up in September. Okay. And so the voting is the biggest thing people can do to help us is go vote. That's the main thing. We believe so strongly that there are enough supporters in our community that this will pass with no problem if they will just get to the polls. And unfortunately, like myself, we get busy and we forget to go do it. So that's the main thing, is just go vote and then hold someone else accountable to go vote. Early voting starts September 9th. It runs through the 15th. And then the actual election day is the 16th.
Okay. And tell us what specifically this millage will do.
Okay, well, I think we all know that we have a big need to address the issue of the junior high campus. And so the board unanimously voted to ask school district patrons to approve a small property tax increase of 4.9 mils to renovate and add on to the middle school and renovate and add on to the high school, to move our 7th and 8th graders to the middle school and move our 9th graders to the high school. So the end result will be one pod at the middle school for 5th and 6th grade, one pod at the middle school for 7th and 8th graders. They will have very little contact. They won't even have a shared lunch period. And then our high school will be a 9-12 high school, which is more commonly found really anywhere you go. And then we will be completely out of the junior high campus. So that is very exciting.
If you've grown up here, you know how old the junior high, there's no way around it.
1950. It was built in 1950. So it's about 62 years old. Dr. Adair said last night it could just almost apply for Social Security.
Well, we've piecemealed it together for quite some time now, and it's time to address the problem at hand and get the kids in a facility that is big enough and useful and
safe.
Exactly.
Adequate. That's okay. All they're asking for is just adequate, not excessive, but just adequate. There are so many issues at the junior high, like you mentioned, everything from safety and health to technology, the way the classrooms are built. They are small and many of the desks are bolted to the floor, so that's not conducive, the teachers tell us, to today's best practices teaching methods where they teach in groups and in project-based learning and all sorts of things. And so, it's not ADA compliant. There are all kind of maintenance issues. The list could go on and on and on. And we have a tour on our Facebook page. Chonda might tell you about.
Please tell us about that, Chonda.
Oh, well, if you want to know any information, you can look us up on Facebook for our kids and our community. And we have everything from a walking tour to facts about the proposed election, proposed millage increase. We have, a ton of information. We have a Remind 101, so we can remind you to vote. As Tabitha said, that's the key, is reminding people to vote. Go vote.
Right.
And if you have any questions, just ask us and we will answer them. We've received a ton of emails with questions and we've answered them back, and we're going to start putting those questions with answers on our Facebook page, just because I'm sure if someone has a question, many more have the same question. Right. So instead of keep answering the same questions, we're going to put them out there publicly.
And make people aware and you're very open about it, which needs to happen. People need to know what
any detail anyone wants, as long as we have that fact and that information. And Dr. Moss, one of us, we go to her and we talk to her and gives us the guidance and we answer that information. There's nothing that's being held back.
Dr. Moss has said for so long we tried to make it okay, say that it was okay, and then our junior high was okay, and we were doing the best we could. And she said, now we've sort of just put it all out there and said, okay, community, here's the deal. It's not okay. The state agrees that it is not okay. The thing about it is our teachers, our faculty, our staff, the administration at the junior high, they are amazing. That is okay. It's better than okay. The test results that come out of there are stellar. Any extracurricular program, they're always competitive with any of these other schools. It's not that. They do amazing things with the facility they have, and we are just excited to see what they can do with a facility that is adequate and that where they can have a Wi-Fi signal through a whole class period and all of those things that they have to do. So it's not about that. There's an amazing group of people doing an amazing group in spite of the facility.
Right. Well, the money's going to go to additional building. What will they do? What will the money be used? What's the phases or the stages of the money being dispersed and built or whatever?
Okay, so it's going to be one building construction project. It's not going to be in phases, and
Okay.
It's going to go towards adding on to the middle school. As Tabitha said earlier, the left side of the school, if you looked at it on our aerial view, which we have on Facebook, will be 5th and 6th grade. The right side will be 7th and 8th grade. We're going to add additional classrooms onto there, and then
Onto both sides.
Onto both sides, because and the way the school was constructed originally was to add on. They have wider hallways. When you go in, they have the empty hallways with the glass windows.
Right.
That was set up to where it eventually could turn into classrooms, and that's what's going to happen.
Okay.
And then the high school is going to, they're going to do some remodeling within the high school to change some of the current auditorium and I think it's the band room, right, to classrooms and renovate some of the classrooms to accommodate the new additional students coming in, the the ninth graders, sorry. And then we're going to have a new auditorium and a new gymnasium to accommodate the number of students that will be going to the school.
Gotcha.
And it won't, it's going to be, as Tabitha said, adequate. Nothing, it's not going to be a Mercedes gymnasium. So it's what we need for our students with today's, society, how they're learning.
Right.
Yeah, it's amazing when you go to these other schools for like sporting events, and you see when you go in, you say, boy, this community is really behind the education,
school.
And it really shows how the community gets behind it. And I'm not going to say I'm embarrassed with what we have here, but we're behind a little bit.
Yeah, it's obvious.
Yeah,
it's not
right.
embarrassing, but it's obvious.
Right.
Yeah, and Dr. Moss has said that she had a mentor once who said, communities have the schools that they deserve. And we know that our community deserves, the best possible education that our kids can get. And we know that our community wants that and supports it. We just have to get that information out there.
Yeah.
If anyone has any additional questions, who can they filter that through?
They can email us
Okay.
at YES, the number 4, kidscommunity@gmail.com.
Okay.
Look us up on Facebook for our kids in our community. Call Dr. Moss.
Call us, call
Call us.
Dr. Moss,
Yeah.
call the administration at the school, and if it's a campaign-related question, they're passing information to us. If it's a specific proposal question, they are certainly capable of answering it. If anyone wants a yard sign, they can let us know via our
Okay,
Facebook
I've
page.
seen those
I hope
around.
you're seeing
Good.
those all around town. We'll pass along a T-shirt, a button. The main thing is just go vote.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what us as a community, we can go vote and
Yes.
encourage others to go vote as well.
And if you want more information, you can call the station here and we can put you in contact
Thank
with
you.
anybody. We'll be glad to do that. Thank you guys so much for being here.
Thank
It's a
you.
great campaign. And it's all about the children because they're our future.
They are.
We need to look to them. Thanks a lot for being
Thank
here.
you very
Thank you.
much.
Up next, we have Chris Parks from Century 21 Action Realty, and I think
He's
had
doing a cooking segment, isn't he?
It looks like he's doing a cooking segment over there. We'll talk to him and pushing his expertise in the area of real estate. We'll be talking about that in just a couple minutes. Stay with us.